Hey everybody, what's up? Good evening. Good evening, Larissa Spiso. Good evening, Eva, Satellite, PM Collector Boy, Manic, Buster. Hi everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope you're doing well. I'm good, cozy, nice and ensconced here in my little studio here. I'm about to behave myself tonight, just so you know. There's a party going on the other side of this wall, so I have to be on my best behavior here, chat. I'll try to keep things classy this evening, even if you don't. Speaking of which, very sorry to hear about your lack of a Wii. Thank you, Satellite. I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Cheers. I am a couple drinks in tonight, but in a more subtle, more reserved way, I think. Look at came out of his cave. What's up, Chester Brett? Good to see you. I also think Square saved Enix instead of the other way around. I'm not sure I've heard that take before. I mean, Square is in famously dire straits after their terrible attempt at mainstream cinema. But who knows, really? Who knows what would have happened otherwise, so. What's up, Arcane? Good to see you. Missed out on a pool party. I forgot about it in favor of getting a vaccine because I'm a very fun person. Well, you're healthier. You're looking out for your health. And who knows? Maybe you dodged a bullet there. Maybe you would have drowned. Or maybe water would have gone up your nose or something. You would have gotten sucked down the drain like some Final Destination film. So you know what? Maybe everything turned out for the best. You just have to look at it like that. Just assume the best. Go with the silver lining there. Tiger game on sale on GOG called Kung Fu Grand King. Got it. Oh. GOG gets the free unrated DLC and Steam does not. Well, GOG, I mean, folks posted about this yesterday, but GOG is clearly taking a much stronger stance about freedom to publish, I guess, if you want to look at it like that, in response to all the chaos going on with itch and its payment processors and stuff. Song from sounds modern. That was from one of the JoJo's Bizarre Journey games. I'm not sure which one because I can't read kanji. Here's what we're listening to tonight. Tiger just has to go to their page for the DLC patches anyway. Like JoJo's Venture? Yeah, I have no idea. Once you hit kanji, I am useless. I mean, I'm pretty useless up until that point, but that's where it's guaranteed. What's up, QTgo? Good to see you. Did you see Valve talk about how they were encouraged to update their policies? Ah, yes, encouraged. Not the kind of encouragement that we or anybody is really looking forward to. So yeah. I know how I feel about this. I feel bad. I don't want this to be happening. It's always such a sticky issue though, because they're like you open the floodgates, you throw the doors open, and there's always going to be media that goes too far. That becomes harmful, that becomes hurtful in what it's representing. But like threading the needle of keeping that away from people while not treading on the rights of other projects it almost seems like an impossible task sometimes. I've said the payment processor for years. The payment processors absolutely should be out of this. The payment processors should have nothing to do with this. It should be the platforms themselves. The platforms should be policing themselves. It does seem pretty straightforward, but then what if you get into, like, people recounting autobiographical tales of, like, abuse they suffered when they were kids or something? What if you get into, like honest cautionary tales about those things? Like, where does that fall? I don't know. I'm just speculating here, but I feel like in the year of our fallen Lord 2025, if it really was that simple, like, this wouldn't be an issue anymore, you know? Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you at all, but yeah, yeah. Kagura, no critical bliss. They also don't make expressly naughty games either. Oh, I get it. I feel you on that. Also, it's good to see you tonight. Glad you're here. You and Beth and Justin, PM Collector Boy, and everybody. I'm glad we're all here. Yeah, the shotgun approach is not the best. There's definitely better ways to handle it than the way they are handling. I'm just saying, I do have a degree of sympathy over the challenge. There is no... I think the issue is there really is no one-size-fits-all answer. And that requires a greater level of oversight and involvement that I think a lot of companies are really willing to make. Yeah. Regular once upon a time, Tumblr, sex worker banned off the save websites out for themselves because of Visa and other payment processors. Said they no longer have a safe platform, forcing men to go with their use. Yep. Yeah, I think that's honestly, I think that's a more important factor, is that a lot of these efforts to protect people and push this kind of content away actually makes it worse. It actually, like, forces hands in the other direction. I mean, it's like not to really blow the lid off the evening in the first, like, 15 minutes. Like, it's the same reason why, like, outlawing abortion doesn't accomplish any of the stated goals of outlawing abortion. People are still gonna get abortion. Like, it's just gonna happen. But it's not gonna be as safe, it's gonna cost a lot more lives, and a lot more people are gonna get exploited doing it. So you're actually accomplishing the opposite of what you want. Let's be honest, protecting kids has always been an excuse for bigotry and fascism. Exactly, yes. Exactly. I mean, at its core, I think there tends to be, and I think this payment processor thing is a good example of this, if I'm understanding the situation correctly. There's always this tiny group of people who think they're doing the right thing, who believe themselves to have hearts of gold and the moral high ground, who go around saying this needs to be banned to protect children or women or whatever. And then I think you have a much larger group of people who are only interested in control. They're only interested in their own authoritarian aims. And they latch onto them and they use them as their bludgeon. I think that's what happens every single time. So, yeah. I know it does, Chaos. I know it does. That's why I like to bring it up. I got you, Brunhilde. Yeah. Maybe really disagrees with their mic drops. Do you want them watching? I decided that a long time ago. Years and years and years ago, I decided it wasn't really worth, like, muzzling myself just to make sure that everyone who might be watching at any given time was gonna be happy and comfortable. So, and I think as a result, I've ended up with a really solid community, like a group of people that I'm free to share my mind with and discuss ideas with, and that I don't always have to agree with, but everybody at least brings an open mind here. So, and the people who don't can get the hell out. Used to be around people who are wrapped up in purity spirals, got wrapped up in tune. Oh yeah, it really takes a mental toll, doesn't it? I appreciate the balance you bring to the Force, Arcane. I like that. Put rocks in their shoes, make them socks wet. Good evening, Helveet. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. That's what I want more than anything. I just like having a place where we can all come and hang out and not have to worry about anything. Glad I found your channel early. It immediately proved to me it was possible to have a place where difficult conversation critique can happen. That's how was how I started. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That honestly means a lot to me. You know? Yeah, I know some of these topics are not things that people like to face, but on the other hand, sometimes it is comforting to have people that you can bounce off of. You know, you can have a group of people where you can bring stuff up, or you can just kind of behold the conversation. You know, you can passively experience it, absorb a bunch of non-judgmental viewpoints, and go from there. Getting a purity spiral and you turn to Mr. Beast, him and his soulless eyes. God, you're not wrong either. It's creepy, isn't it? Those thumbnails. You close your eyes and the thumbnails are still there. Yeah, sometimes I agree with Aspen Goldman. Keeps talking and says that one thing you wish you could have here. It's so frustrating, isn't it? Like, I'm not a fan, but I know the experience. Like, there's definitely been streamers that I've watched that, like, I'll spend weeks, I'll spend months watching them and having a great time, and yeah, and then they'll just get a wild hair about something and start spouting off, and I'm just like, remember the fascists rely on you to self-censor? Indeed. Indeed. They're counting on a lack of resistance. I always appreciate how this is and always has been a safe space for us queer folks. I wouldn't have this channel if not for the queer community that we have. Some of the most supportive and encouraging people that I've had in this channel as I've built things up have been queer, and I've been nothing but grateful for them. So, and you know, like, queer people are people. You know? There's no distinction to make there. There's no second guessing. There's no double takes. You know? As everyone is welcome here as long as you're willing to let people be who they want to be. That's all. Has streams got unfollowed after stuff like that? Yeah. Comfortable being my own brand of queer in this channel, which is so relaxing. And I consider that a gift. You know, I consider that one of the highest compliments I can receive if someone feels that comfortable in a place that I've helped cultivate. help cultivate. I do want to point that out too. This isn't just about me, it's about all y'all too. You know, it's not my channel, it's our channel. It's not my community, it's our community. Even sometimes I say my community, it's, you know. We've all made this together. You know, it wouldn't be what it is without every single one of us doing what we do. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for all y'all here. Subsequently unfollow the streamers who seem like nice enough people, happy to foster a community. Oh, so long as everyone's happy all the time and no one ever commiserated about anything ever. Yeah. Yeah. Supportive too, in your own unique fashion, Eva. Definitely 3 raccoons in a trench. Well, you know what? I'm thankful for each and every one of those raccoons. Laughing at these new Star Rail characters, the pink-haired girl in the game icon, she's goth. Every member, I love it. Every member of this community is the grade A ingredient that Osh has used to craft a powerful bomb of content. Good evening, SGR Razors. Good to see you. Oh God, Brunhilde. Oh my God. Bring back Aisha. Bring back Atelier. How about that? Our time with Aisha is over, but there will be more Atelier in the future. Good evening, deranged optician, killing fascists. Remember to hydrate. So true. Start playing Atelier Rorona again. You'd remembered correctly. Had you now? Anyway, chat. I feel as warm and fuzzy and wonderful as this whole love-in has been. We got work to do, chat. We've got games ahead of us, a great many games, a roiling mass of games that we may not. Keep in mind, some of these may not be games that we'll get a second chance at. And I would hate to rob you of any valuable time that could be spent playing them. Not really, but I can pretend to care that much. Tactics Ogre, there's your work. Thank you, Satellite. I appreciate that. Might even be Atelier in some of the building games you've been playing. It's true. It's true. Honestly, Aisha's processing face is like the ultimate fascist response. Oh, this is not normal. Music is good tonight. This is a good mix, and I decided to start from the middle of this one because, you know, we've been doing the power hours for so long. I've been using these soundtracks for so long. I always worry that people have heard like the first hour or so too many times, so I've started going into them and starting from the middle instead of the front. So yeah, hopefully that varies things up a bit. I'm not Endeef, but I read a good one earlier today. Oh, okay, I'm bracing myself mentally. I cling to the desk here. Yardstick Factory had some news. They're not going to make them any... Oh my God. You've never seen Soul Blazer. Is this worth your precious coins? Well, if you want to see a little bit of it right now, you can. I did do a full playthrough of it a couple years ago. So if you wanted to save your money and check out the YouTube VODs, you could also do that. But it is good. It is quite good. Quintet had a trilogy. There's not a lot of connective tissue between them, and the play styles themselves are pretty different. But yeah, it started with Soul Blazer, rolled into Illusion of Gaia, and then ended with Terra Enigma. All of them are very interesting. Did this Dark Half come out? Yes, it is not here, but yeah, I do happen to have a fan translation of it, so. Pretty much everything you see here is fair game. Because the Epic Center is mostly going to concern themselves with games that came out in Japan They didn't necessarily come out here, but I have the means to play them. If I have fan translations of them, we can play those. If they don't have fan translation, we can at least muddle through the Japanese version a little bit. Different note, when you get your analog 3D, we can find out the coveted Nintendo 64 Community Night. Yes. I don't have a flash cart for it yet. I will need to do that, and it may be a while before I have that. But I do have a fairly comprehensive collection of N64 cartridges, so. How much are flashcards? Oh, she's unplayed. Thank you, Brunhilde. I appreciate that. That's the main reason I'm going to wait. I'm not going to invest in one until my finances are secure. Just look at the console all stream. No, I do have a bucket of cartridges that was donated by a very generous viewer, and I'm finally going to make use of them years and years and years after the fact. For me, it's been enough years the power hours of hearing old soundtracks is either pleasant or gets me stuck wondering what I know from it. Maybe I should pop in one of the old NES soundtracks we used to, because back when we were doing NES games before the advent of the Super Nintendo, I really just played the same 3 soundtracks every single night. So I'm pretty sure if I played one of those now, like it would trigger some severe latent memories in a bunch of people. Nintendo's a trilogy, not quadrilogy. I don't know what the 4th game would be. Wait, did they mention? Oh my god, they did mention Brainlord on here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well then. Naked Gun is great. I really want to see it. Everything I've heard about, everything I've seen about it sounds amazing. Grand Stream Saga for PS1 is the quote-unquote 4th game? Okay. Literally just skim for capital letters. I tell you what, I will, for those of you that have trouble reading the teeny tiny text on whatever device you're on, I will read through this before we get to playing any of these tonight. But I'd say we already have a pretty healthy, oh yes. We already have quite a healthy request list here. 4 of these games are already in the queue, so. Got interested in Naked Gun when I learned that Kiva Schaffer directed it. I was interested in it after the very first trailer. Like, it really seemed like the very first trailer just understood the assignment. Like, nailed that classic spoof comedy style. Jailbreak firmware for the 3D should in theory come out shortly after the system is released. I may look into that. I've glossed over that for the other systems that I have. Instead choosing to invest in flash carts, but maybe I'll go a different way with the analog 3D. We'll see. Oh, I'm sorry, Arcane. I actually missed your question. I didn't hear the response if GameCube games were allowed. GameCube games are allowed, yes. I have a small amount of experience with the Dolphin emulator, and it was great. I used it to play, what the hell? Sanity's Requiem? What is that game called? I can never remember the full name of it. Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem. That was it. We did a full playthrough of that ages ago. I think that's the only GameCube game I've played on the channel. But yeah. Curious about the Naked Gun. The old movies are hilarious. I've been hoping they did it justice. It's set, by all accounts, it sounds like they did. It really sounds like it did. Do the same things as you like flashcards, yeah. Styles about like the Lonely Islands is one of them is directing. I immediately thought, okay, this is probably gonna hit. Yeah, I believe like Pamela Anderson. I remember your old Pam before and after did it, yeah. Yeah, Dolphin worked out really, really well. Yeah, I can't I can't bring myself to commit to doing Dreamcast stuff because the Dreamcast emulator doesn't like me. And my own Dreamcast is either dead or on its absolute last leg. The last time we tried to use it, it barely functioned. So, still haven't decided what I'm gonna do about Dreamcast games in the future. I'll need to decide on something eventually. Good with Genesis. Yeah, I can do Genesis. For Genesis, I've taken a more limited approach, and I've just been playing the stuff that's on the Genesis collection on Steam. But it turns out you can actually do a lot through that, since it's basically just an emulator. Yeah, Dolphin Bar and Wiimote, so you can also do Wii games on Dolphin. Has there been any improvements on N64 emulation? I don't know, because I don't really keep up with the emulation scene. Honestly, I don't love emulation. I've always had kind of a love-hate relationship. The love part being that I can play old games that are otherwise inaccessible, but the hate part, I've always just had the worst time setting up emulators and getting getting them to be a comparable experience to what the original was. And so in the early days of this channel, I kind of shied away from it and then leaned more into it once I had the AVS and the Super NT, which made it really, really easy. But yeah. Emulation is kind of the devil. I don't mind for older games around support end of life. Emulator. Yep. I have to finish hating the Master System for getting into Genesis. Man, it feels like ages since we did a Master System Odyssey. I think you can expect one this month, chat. Now that you've said the secret void. But yeah, I like, they're expensive. I understand that they're essentially unnecessary if you're willing to go to the technical trouble, but I'm not. I really like having these systems. I really like having systems that I can plug my old games into or flash carts into and just play whatever. Childhood trauma for the Nesticle, that's not even a joke. Nesticle and early SNES emulation were very, very frustrating. There were so many games that I really, really want to play. I still remember emulating, I think it was Legend of the Mystical Ninja. I think that was before I managed to track down a used copy of the cartridge. I remember trying to emulate Legend of the Mystical Ninja, and late in the game, there's a part of a stage where all the action takes place on like the background layer, and this emulator could not render it effectively. And it's a really hard section, and so I was basically soft locked there. There was no way to get past it. I was so frustrated. Most emulators aren't really comparable to hardware. I'm personally okay with it, mostly because it's the only way to preserve games. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't actually hate emulators. I mean, I have a bunch of hardware-based ones right here. I just find the whole thing frustrating. I wish I didn't have to mess with it, Gotten better over years. Some things are apparently really hard. The roar of the T-Rex boss in Chrono Trigger has never sounded right to you. It always distorts in emulation, the way the original didn't. Never had trouble with early NES. You only did the Sailor Moon RPG. Never had any issues with NES, SNES, but it sounds like PSX was hell, PSX and plugins, yeah. It is a gift from the divine that PS1 and PS2 emulation is so easy now. Like, it is a miracle. It's a reason we can do a lot of the stuff we do around here. What's up, Mizroy? Good to see you. So I did have easy access, early access. To a lot of the NES and SNES library growing up, I've always been a big fan of emulators, yeah. Genesis and Mega Drive emulation tend to have messed up sound for ages because there were weird quirks in the hardware that reproducing a sound chip wouldn't reproduce. Man, that's crazy. DuckStation's amazing. I love DuckStation. I remember, I think it was when we tried to do the very, very, very first Kingsfield, like the one we didn't get in America. I didn't know about DuckStation, and I pulled up some other emulator through RetroArch, and everything looked weird, ran weird, and sounded weird. And people were like, "What are you doing? Just use DuckStation." It was so much better. It blew my mind. So enjoying my Mercenary Kings playthrough. You talking about Mercenary Kings makes me want to play it again. I haven't played it in ages, and I love that game. One of the few Monster Hunter style games that I actually really enjoy, funny enough. Yeah, PSX emulator, read the game's easy, getting to cooperate with controllers much harder. Impressive how far emulation has gotten for a lot of consoles. Really excited about what original Xbox emulation is doing in recent years. Never expected it to get decent. That's good to hear. Because, yeah, imagine, like, original Xbox. I mean, any of its exclusives would be pretty hard to track down and get playing now. Dramatic orchestra hit to comedy with Monster Hunter hot take. I played, what was the first one that blew up on Steam? Monster Hunter Worlds? I have that. I played it for a little bit. Didn't take too long to realize it wasn't for me. Just wasn't really into the gameplay loop. But yeah, Mercenary Kings hit just right. I really, really like that game. Only Xbox game you want to emulate would be Project Gotham Racing. I never had an Xbox, so. I had a 360. But funny enough, I kind of feel like all the stuff I played on 360, I don't really miss any of it. Like, so much of it was available via PC anyway. You want to try Crackdown? Yeah, because it's guns. It's Monster Hunter by way of Metal Slug, and that really appeals to me. Some absolutely fantastic pixel art. Neko's Breakdown is a great exclusive Xbox action title. Never played Panzer Dragoon Orta. I never played Panzer Dragoon Orta. I'm not sure I've ever played a Panzer Dragoon. At all. Ever. Panzer Dragoons are the ones with like the target painting, right? Like in Rez. I know, chat, I know. It seems, after all this time, after all these years, it seems like, you know, obviously Oddish has played every game in existence. Obviously, Oddish is the gamer, the alpha and the omega, and knows everything about every franchise, and knows them inside and out, and has educated opinions on each and every one of them. But I'm flattered, chat. I really am. But the truth of the matter is, it's just too many damn games out there. They made too many games, and like, I can't play them all. Could try the Panzer Dragoon RPG. That's cool characters. Played Zwei and Saga. Fable 2 is 360 exclusive. I remember liking back in the day. I don't know if it'd hold up, or I'd really want to replay. I remember playing Fable 2 and not liking it. I'm not a fan of the Fable series. I know that much. Just keep making more games. Yep. Knows all the secrets of cheats. My image of your shadow shattered. Play every single game, or else I'm coming to your house and eating your cheese. No, not my cheese. I need my cheese to live. Fortunately, not all of them are good. Unfortunately, I play a lot of the bad ones, too. But yeah. Anyway, chat, I pretended for a second there that I was actually gonna start in on the magazine and then didn't, because y'all are very, very good at distracting me from pretty much anything I try to do, and I appreciate that after a fashion. So yeah, why don't I remind you of the schedule? Oh, no. No, please don't. But yeah, let us then talk about the schedule. God, Brunhilde, why? Why would you do that to me? Yeah. Talk about the schedule. I'll read through this this bit of text here, and then we'll get to playing the things. And who knows? Maybe, if we get lucky, maybe we'll actually turn the page tonight. No promises. Don't get too excited. Don't get too far ahead of yourselves. But there is a non-zero chance that we will turn the page, chat. Stranger things have happened. Are you caught up on Strange New Worlds? No. I have not been watching Star Trek this year. I kind of slipped out of it. I canceled Paramount Plus to save money. And I'm just kind of out on Star Trek at the moment. I will go back. I will absolutely go back. I've never... that kind of utopian vision of the future will never be that far from my heart. I'm just not there right now. So yeah, unfortunately I've been missing out on new Strange New Worlds, which I've heard is really, really good. So I'm looking forward to get back to it. You're also not wrong. The Star Trek phone game did kind of burn me out. I got pretty mad at that one. Get Walmart Plus and enjoy Paramount Plus for free. Oh, that's a thought. I have to look into that. All right, chat. The schedule. The schedule is that tonight we're here, right here. We're gonna be playing some epics from Enix and other stuff out of the Epic Center, which is part of Nintendo Power's July 1995 coverage from a full 30 years ago. I love to remind you of that, because good lord, that was a long time ago. Tomorrow night is nothing, because it's Sunday, and I never stream on Sunday, ever. Monday, we are starting Timberborn. We are going to begin building a grand beaver civilization on Monday. Although, now that I'm mentioning this, I also have to mention that I was tempted today, chat. I was tempted. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to pick up Titan Quest 2. Because it is one of my most anticipated games. And I was tempted for a moment today to push back Timberborn a little bit and actually stream Titan Quest 2 next week. But I feel it would be cruel and unjustified of me to cheat you of the beavers you so richly deserve. So also, sounds like there's only about like 6 hours of content in Titan Quest 2 right now. Anyway, it's launched into early access, so I don't think we get a terrible lot out of it. We can also, I mean, it's also not the kind of thing that I need to blind stream either, so I could pick it up and stream it like next Friday or something after playing it a bit myself anyway, so I ain't gonna sweat it. Probably find myself playing it tomorrow. I did pick up the Penguin game, so I may actually play I may play the Penguin game in my own time as we play Timberborn, the Beaver game, on the stream. So no, I'm definitely getting Titan Quest 2 now because that price is only gonna go up. They said in their early access announcement that the price will go up as more content gets added to it, and I know I'm interested. I know I want it. I have passed on a lot of other ARPGs in anticipation of this one, so I'm gonna stick with it. Yeah. Chrono Trigger came out like 5 years ago, it's still new to me. All right, chat. Let's do this. Let us speak on epic things. Let us speak on the epics from Enix. So, as you were warned, as you're probably well aware, the Epic Center this month focuses on 2 major features. One, a big preview of Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is bearing down on us hard and fast. That's what she said. And then Japanese RPGs. They took it upon themselves to do an entire feature this month on RPGs that never made it to our shores and never did make it to our shores and such. Yeah, no, the price is definitely right now. And it's the same... The studio they've entrusted Titan Quest to is the same studio that's been making the DLC for it, for the original. And it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. It has its issues, but I do like what they did with the original Titan Quest once Iron Lore was out of the picture. So, yeah, I'm gonna take this on faith. I'm willing to invest the scant $24 to see where Titan Quest 2 goes. So yeah. So let's talk about the epics from Enix, chat. Let's talk about what they've got. Let's talk about the irons they have in the fire this particular month. Enix has a lot to report over the past few weeks. First off, in our monthly Dragon Quest VI Watch segment, I don't know why they're doing a Dragon Quest VI Watch segment monthly, because they didn't do that with 5. Maybe it just didn't occur to them. Apparently the game is actually finished. Sort of. According to Enix, although the game itself is complete, the storyline is only half finished. Although this may seem like a paradox, it really isn't. Explain. The basic story was established long ago, allowing for the creation of the Dragon Quest VI world, but it seems as if the history of individual characters have been left partially in limbo. Writing the history is underway now in Japan. If anyone in chat is familiar with the inside baseball on Dragon Quest VI development, it sounds like there's a story here. It sounds like this game went way over its projected schedule, and I would love to know why. Titan Quest an MMORPG? No, it's a Diablo-like. It is an action RPG set in... I mean, the original was set in, like, the Greek city-states and focused on battling monsters of Greek myth and Egyptian and Chinese, and then more Greek, and then Babylonian, and then Atlantean, and then more Chinese, I think, if I remember correctly. Y'all have no idea. I just found SMRPG with fully orchestrated tracks, and now this is my future for the rest of my life ever. Finally, Dragon Quest 7 that's going to come out. Brunhild, I would never judge you on a Sailor Moon half sleeve. I think that's awesome. What separates Titan Quest from Path of Exile? Titan Quest was designed... Alright, well, since you've launched into this, you've done this to yourselves, chat. Let's talk about Titan Quest. Titan Quest Anniversary Edition, first of all, is available for only $5 right now. Sorry, I can't do this while playing a game because I need visual aids here. Yeah, Titan Quest was originally developed by a group called Iron Lore Entertainment. It was meant to be their own fully 3D take on a Diablo successor. This predated Diablo 3. It was kind of it was directly influenced by Diablo 2. None of the people that worked on Diablo 2 worked on this, but its development is very, I mean, you can tell when you play it. It's very much inspired by Diablo 2. It is one of my favorite ARPGs of all time. It makes fantastic use of its grounding in Greek and other ancient mythologies. It has like great loot. It has really cool skills. It has a really neat like dual mastery system where you don't play one class, you play two, and you synergize their skill trees. And most importantly for me, it really captures that feeling of being on a grand odyssey. Its levels are not randomized. The enemies and loot are, but the layout of the levels is constant. But that's not a problem because they are beautiful and make you feel like you're actually taking this grand journey across Greece and Egypt and Babylon and all these other places. It's great. I would, for $5, I cannot recommend this enough. If you like RPGs, give it a try. It's not, I'll grant, it is not as fast-paced or visceral as modern ARPGs are, but it is a very, very, very good game in its own right. The developers, Iron Lore Entertainment, after doing one expansion for it, which is rolled into the Anniversary Edition, they dissolved and reformed as Crate Entertainment, which is the studio that made Grim Dawn. So if you like Grim Dawn, if you know Grim Dawn and you like Grim Dawn, this is the game they made before that. So you will most likely like it. Conversely, if you play this and you love it and you want more, you can move on to Grim Dawn. Grim Dawn being my favorite ARPG of all time. Unfortunately, Titan Quest 1 came out before the really good ragdoll physics engines. I disagree. I could not disagree more. In fact, I can't remember if they adjusted an Anniversary Edition or not, but the original Titan Quest had enemies ragdoll in proportion to the amount of damage that you did to them. And I like to play like really, really strong single hit barbarian style characters. And there was a time when I was playing through and I found this like really rare mace that had all these modifiers that could like stack to do one massive, and I was like one-shotting enemies left and right. I hit one enemy so hard it launched off the screen like a rocket. And I went around and I finished questing in my area and I went to the next town and I did my stuff there. And I moved past the town, across the river, into the next questing area, and I found that enemy's corpse. I launched this dude into an entirely different quest zone. It was amazing. Like I said, I think they may have scaled that back for in the Anniversary Edition because I think that did cause some engine problems. But no, Titan Quest has amazing ragdoll physics. They freak out sometimes. They do freak out sometimes, but... $10, you're actually talking about something else. Ragdoll physics are kind of independent of like game feel and like combat impact, and on that I agree. Titan Quest is, it's like I said, Titan Quest is a little deficient in how the combat feels in comparison to more modern games. And yeah, I totally agree with that. One of the things Diablo 3 did really, really well was having very visceral, impactful combat. Titan Quest doesn't really have that. So if that is a make or break for you, you may not like this as much. But it does have hilarious ragdolls. and the developers, who are now Crate Entertainment, when they were working on Grim Dawn, I think when Grim Dawn was in early access, Diablo 3 came out, and one of the biggest pieces of feedback that they got during early access was that combat didn't feel as good as Diablo 3. And to their credit, they went in and made modifications to punch it up, and now it does feel maybe not as good. I mean, it's been a long time since I played Diablo 3, but Grim Dawn definitely has very satisfying combat now. So, anyway, chat, I wanted you to know this because Titan Quest Anniversary Edition is $5, and you absolutely owe it to yourself to buy it because it is fun and great, and I love it. Okay, anyway, back to the Power Hours. Back to the thing we were doing before, ostensibly. Where was I? Writing the history is underway now in Japan. The unveiling of the biggest, best, and only Dragon Quest game for the Super NES will take place in Japan at Shoshinkai this November, over a year and a half after its expected release. If it makes you feel any better, this game should be comparable to Chrono Trigger in quality and depth. I will leave this to those of you who have played both Chrono Trigger and Dragon Quest VI to evaluate. I know I've played some of Dragon Quest VI, but it already slid off my brain. It's been requested for tonight, so I'll get a little refresher on it, but yeah. As for the American release of the game, Enix America Corp estimates about 6 months between the Japanese and North American debuts. Our math puts that at roughly 1 year away. Ouch. Well, not as painful as the fact that it never made it to Super Nintendo, so. Went from Diablo 2 to Grim Dawn, and the first time I used my shoulders blitz and sent the 4 guys ragdolling through a door, I was blown away. Yeah, Grim Dawn has really impactful combat and the great ragdolls. It is... Grim Dawn is... It is hands down my favorite ARPG. I love it. It is so enthralling to me. Everything about it. The style, the aesthetic, the systems, the classes, the weapons, the questing, everything. I love it. What's up, Around the Board? Good to see you. Last Epoch may have some good parts. It's such a slow ARPG. I can't recommend it. That's a shame to hear. Yeah, we're on a super chat evening. I keep getting distracted. We are going to play some games tonight. I promise you this. I've got a queue here. I'm not going to promise that we're going to get off of this page. I can't lie to you, chat. I can't lie to you. There's a non-zero chance we will, but at the pace we're going, highly unlikely. We have talked about a lot of games tonight. Let's all just play Grim Dawn. It keeps coming back to that. There was a night a couple weeks ago where we started talking about Grim Dawn, and people were like, we should play together. We should do this. And chat, it is deeply tempting. Grim Dawn Community Night? We could actually, chat. We could commit to doing something next Friday. I would be willing to do that. We could do a little group outing in Grim Dawn. Brought up a Discord and got overshadowed. Yeah, I wouldn't feel too bad about that. It can be hard to get everybody together to do something, but yeah, let's do that. Let's next Friday do a community Grim Dawn night. We'll all start characters and we'll set off on our grand quest through the horrible double apocalypse. Take nominations for September community. The theme is Grim Dawn, and you may nominate Grim Dawn. All right, damn chat. I submit Grim Dawn. So yeah, let's do it. Friday night, Grim Dawn. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Covering for a coworker who's coming Friday night. Ah, I'm sorry to hear it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see how it goes. Given the theme, everyone gets 2 nominations of Grim Dawn. right, well, cool. That settles up next week, chat. Sorry to hear it too. It's a colossal. All right, back to now that that's settled, chat. Now that I've fulfilled the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of so many in chat, let's continue. In the meantime, Enix has the 7th Saga 2, a 32 megabit RPG that may well keep you busy until Dragon Quest VI comes out. If you played the 7th Saga, you're already familiar with some of the unique features of the series, including the monster radar. The sequel goes way back. I think the sole screenshot on this page is from 7th Saga 2, what we now know as Mystic Arc. Sequel goes way beyond that with new battle views and incorporate lots of animation. According to the type of attack you make, the animation of the characters in your party varies dramatically so that physical attacks really look physical, while magic spells behave magically. The game is divided into 8 main worlds. You'll find worlds within worlds throughout the game, so it sees it expand inwardly and outwardly. I don't fully understand what they mean by this. Are 8 main worlds like 8 continents on the world map or something? With locations in them? Sorry, I know we played Mystic Arc before too, but that one also slid right off my smooth brain. Mystic Arc was kind of boring last time. I remembered nothing about it. Sometimes we play stuff on these import features like Traverse that just like get into my brain and never come out. Like they just latch on. And I become one with them. And then there's other ones like Mystic Arc and Dragon Quest VI where I don't even remember what the hell we were doing in them. I can't even envision what the game was like. I keep, you know what? I keep trying to remember Dragon Quest VI and my brain calls up Breath of Fire 4. Because I really liked Breath of Fire 4. I really, really liked the art style. I really liked the story hook in that. That took up all the brain space that things like Mystic Arc and Dragon Quest VI were supposed to fit into. Still want Traverse, try to Google your way through. It's like missed by way of SNES JRPGs. Yeah, someday I will find a way to stream Traverse. We will do this, chat. It won't let me go. I'm haunted by the specter of Traverse. Your party consists of 8 characters, up to 3 of which can travel with you at a time. Okay, that chat. They know better than this. They know better than this. In 7th Saga, there were 8 playable characters, but you can only play as 1. And you could get 1 other one to come with you. So your party consisted of 2. Your party does not consist of 8 characters in Mystic Art. It consists of 3. That is an important distinction. And I know we're just still chatting. I told you, we're not getting... I feel it. I feel it in my bones. I have that streamer sense, chat. We're not moving off this page. This is where we live tonight. Like, pitch a tent, start a fire, pull up a chair, grab a drink. This is where we live now. This is our life now. Would they do that? Would Nintendo Power just lie about a game like that? Yes, actually. Yes, they would, as it turns out. Oh God, Manic. Yes, that cheese toast, yes. Make yourself at home. This is my beautiful house, or these are my beautiful games. And you may ask yourself. The game also features puzzles like those in Brain Lord. They had to say the B word, chat. We must solve a room before moving forward. The original 7th Saga was a solid RPG with a little bit of innovation. not the version we got. So this new 7th Saga looks like a bona fide winner. Enix has also been working with Quintet on a top-secret project for some time. Previously, all we knew was that the Quintet team included designers who also worked on Illusion of Gaia, ActRaiser, and Soul Blazer. Now we know the game is called Genesis. What we know now is Terra Enigma. Not our first choice, but calling a game Super NES would be a bit much. We've also learned the game will use SGI rendered backgrounds and special scrolling effects to give the illusion of traveling over vast differences. The story is said to concern the taking of 10 towers, 5 underground and 5 above ground. That actually reminds me of Final Fantasy IV. Any fantasy game that consists of an above ground world and a below ground world with like 4 to 5 MacGuffins each is immediately going to trigger memories of Final Fantasy IV, I think. Although the game is supposed to be an adventure along the lines of Gaia, it should be even more expansive. What am I doing here? Not seeing games played, that's for sure. Spent years seeing that quote everywhere and not knowing what it was, and then got jump scared by talking heads on the radio a few nights ago. That's amazing. Whenever you hear 7th Saga, I think of 7th Guest. Also, this means no. Nice try, but no. Finally, we have 2 further quick notes from Enix. First, a sequel to Ogre Battle is in the works. Tactics Ogre is said to be head and shoulders above the original game, which is hard to believe since the original is so good. Not that anybody actually understood how to play it. Don't expect Tactics Ogre soon, however. Rumor has it one of the lead programmers at Quest has left the project and that there's no current replacement. God. Remember the days when video games had like 1 programmer? And if they left, the entire project would be thrown into chaos? Whenever I hear 7th Saga, I remember when I borrowed my friend's programmable gamepad program and the commands to collect ESP overnight. That's awesome. And almost necessary to get through that thing. That thing was beastly. The second tidbit we learned is about a game called Dark Half. You control both good and evil characters. The trick is using them at the right time, in the daylight or at night. There's a slight chance that Dark Half could be released this year. Now that's a good enough. Now that's good enough news to last at least a month. Okay, quick review, chat. Of all the games mentioned here, how many of them actually did come out on the Super NES in the United States? Because Dragon Quest VI didn't. Mystic Arc didn't. Terra Enigma didn't. Tactics Ogre didn't. And Dark Half didn't. Right? So, unless I'm missing something here, every single game they went out of their way to preview for Enix didn't make it here. Tactics Ogre was on GBA. Tactics Ogre didn't make it till PS1. Yeah, Dark Half didn't make it. I used to think that Talking Heads were fronted by Robin Williams because of toys. Doesn't last till 30, this delusion. Tactics Ogre got PS1 release that says GBA Tactics Ogre was a good. Oh, okay. GBA Tactics. Because I actually have GBA Tactics Ogre. And played it a little bit. Good to know they're different, actually. Because I didn't know that. No, I was specifically asking if any of these came at, like, actually made it to the SNES. And the answer is emphatically no. Nintendo Power accomplished nothing here. Don't worry. I am geared for all of these games. Nintendo Power may have failed you, chat, but I didn't. Any of these games you request, I can play. And I will play. And I will begin doing so right now, chat. Starting with Tactics Ogre. Let's take a look at Tactics Ogre. These tactics are so ogre. Aw, dependable oddish. Aw, dependable-ish. Tactics Ogre, let us cling together. Specifically. You did it, Ardon! You showed up just in time for gameplay. Tactics Ogre is funny because every port makes significant gameplay changes. SNES, PS1, PSP, PC, with big change up each time. Certainly sounds like Ogre Battle. In an ancient era, there was a time when strength ruled the world. Incisive commentary, chat. It was an era where evil reigned with the knowledge of iron. An era called Zetagenia. Ogre Battle Saga Episode 7? Wait. Are you telling me, chat, that Ogre Battle, the Ogre series, does the Star Wars thing with episodes? This has a tutorial. Sweet Jesus, there's a tutorial. On the tutorial mode here, I will explain about the basic rules of battle. What would you like to know? Can I figure this out myself? Is this basically Final Fantasy Tactics? I know that guy. It's Final Fantasy Tactics? Okay. This is the end of tutorial mode. Have a nice day. ADHD with me would return this game at this point. Well, let's see what the actual video game is like. No, we've already been past this. Let's do it. We are the daughters of Philaha, the Lord of Heaven and Earth. Speak thy name. I mean, what else would I speak? In all caps. I want you to just... what's the button to go on, though? Oh, okay, there we go. Thou shalt write your day of birth. Month of 1, day of 7. That's actually my birthday. Wait, am I actually Bubsy? Is my guardian deity Bubsette? Wind goddess Hanala. What is thy prayer? Victory? What is thy offering? Rain? What is thy vow? Oh, there's, okay. That's what those little arrows meant. Glory. Fire goddess Zoshanel, what is thy prayer? Peace. What is thy offering? Sacrifice. What is thy vow? Flora. I don't know what any of this means. Earth goddess Bartho. What is thy prayer? Honor. What is thy offering? Ideal. What is thy vow? Love. Water goddess. Hope. Hatred. Revenge. Will you ask for protection? The wind goddess was Bubsy, so. May our path be glorified by our Father. What is the airspeed velocity of a sparrow in flight? Quest is still presenting. Oh, yeah. So what episode was Ogre Battle itself? If this is 7, what was Ogre Battle? Follow-up question. Have they actually released all of the episodes? Is there a complete set of episodes, or did they leave holes in it? Oh, hell no. Looks PS1 sprite level. The sprites are a little simpler than what you get on PS1, I think. The same slightly too abstract elemental symbols from Ogre Battle 64. Wow, sad child. This is extremely pretty. The time when games would be programmed for one person, yeah. Ogre Battle was 5, Ogre Battle 64 is 6, and then this is 7. Okay, cool. I think that guy was riding a demon goat. That's pretty cool. I want to be on his team. This seems like a lot of strife, chat. Knight of Lotus on GBA was a Gaiden and doesn't get an episode number. Chapter 1. Nothing comes of bloodless toil. No, mark me down for nothing, then. Bubsy, damn it. Lens is here. Just as we had heard. Gotcha. Well, I guess this is it, sis. Sister's name is Kachua. This isn't a very good idea. We can't possibly win. What are you talking about, Kachua? Isn't this what we've been waiting for? But 3 of us against the Dark Knights? Don't worry, Kachua. They're not expecting us. Are you chicken, Kachua? I'm still going to do it, even if you guys wimp out. Relax, Vice. Don't say such things. Let's go. We won't succeed. Besides, what good is it to kill these guys? Lance is the leader of the Dark Knights. They're the source of Backroom's power. By killing Lens, we can weaken the Backroom forces here for a while. Then the Gargistan forces will make their move and invade Backroom. Then we can launch our counterattack. We're still recovering from the last war. Are you trying to start another one? Yeah. What do you mean we're still recovering, Kachua? The Walstanians are being treated like shit. Gargistan's trying to wipe us out. But to start a war over reasons such as these, we'll just end up losing. Shh, they're here. We'll attack from both sides. Bubsy, you attack from the rear. Alright. Baculum is the name of the... That's a bunch of dudes. And one of them flies. Victory condition, kill all enemies. Game start. When the game starts, the faster that the character is, the earlier the character's movement turn will come. The order of movement is called AT, attack turn. Whichever character has the AT, the player can order that character what to do, move, attack, wait. However, you cannot give any orders to the enemy characters. If you want to make an order to the character, press the X button. Then you can get the main command menus on the screen. If you want to know the meaning of the commands, put the cursor on the command icon you want to know and press the select button. The explanation will show up on the screen. The explanation is called help message. Okay, so we got... Yep, those look pretty familiar. Alright, Bubsy has HP, MP... How are you supposed to see? Set direction with the LR or the D-pad. I said no tutorial game. Indirect, select the... I can't quite throw a stone at him. Yeah, this is extremely tactics. Final Fantasy tactics. And we'll wait. Get him! Oh, blocked. Who are you? I read that line right when my wife came in. With pie. Hang on one sec, chat. Hi, I'm back. Yes. I was obviously talking to my beautiful, wonderful wife. She's right there, just off camera. But yeah, I got pie, chat. Delicious, delicious pie. That's good pie. I love it. He goes to a different school. She lives in Canada. Anyway, chat. Update on the party out there. The party's gonna turn into a sleepover. So, I really, really need to be on my best behavior tonight. Pie has been off, just off camera for the last hour and a half. Oh, it's good. It's apple berry. Could I prefer cake as an adult as pie? That is interesting. Interesting how your taste changed. No, I'm being very good tonight. I didn't even read the S word when they said it in the video game. Cake sucks, pie forever. Can't choose. I like them both. Why choose? Why play favorites? Are our hearts not big enough for both, chat? Boys. We're warriors of the Walsta Liberation Army. Will avenge our people's suffering. Wait. I'm sorry. I got a little distracted here. But wasn't Bubsy supposed to attack from the back? Why did he just woob into the front here? Why I'm here, you get it? Aw. Love how you're introvert hiding during the party. They know, they understand. All my friends know I have responsibilities. Late night responsibilities, chat. One thing went wrong, he gave up. Avenge? What a polite way to welcome people. Look at them, they're just kids. Wait, are you sure you're talking to the right person? If your name is Lens, then you're our enemy. Indeed, my name is Lens. How did you know? You and the Dark Knights burned down this town a year ago. Dark Knights? But we're from the Eastern Kingdom of Zenobia. Now, I recognize the name Zenobia from Ogre Battle. And Zenobia was the evil empire that we were overthrowing, right? His name is Lars in future versions. That's... Honestly, I think that's a much better way to go. Unless there's some setting specific name for him to be Lands. No. You guys you're about to beat up are the pals from Ogre Battle. Okay. It's honest if we give him some pie, will he stop talking? Oh, you wish. It's a funny story of a YouTuber I watched that explained her job to a tax person, and when he asked what she did for work, she without thinking said adult entertainment. That's so funny. I love it. You know why pie is so good, chat? And this might be a hot take. I think pie is so good because of the crust. Like, pie filling is great and all, but there is something singularly pleasurable about pie crust. It's sweet and flaky and just, I think the magic of pies is that pie crusts are just like the perfect complement to any filling. I guess that's why there's so many different kinds of pie. Chat, I think I just talked myself through a very, very obvious conclusion. Pie crust being actually good and edible is relatively new, culinarily speaking. Shepherd's pie? I like shepherd's pie. And the same thing there is true. It's a delicious, flaky, bready crust that further enhances the savory insides. Okay, wow, this is a lot of sweet now. Because this is rum punch. And I'm eating appleberry pie. Oh boy. I'm gonna be wired for the rest of the night. Also, my favorite part of pot pie is just annoying to roll it out because my kitchen is so small, not a lot of counter space. Yeah. Most versions of the recipe don't even use real shepherd any longer. Alright, Kachua speaks up. I remember now, the Dark Knight Lands has only one eye. A one-eyed Dark Knight who happened to share the same name. I see. We came to this island looking for work as mercenaries. My name is Lands Hamilton, a knight from the kingdom of Zenobia. I'm Canopus. People call me the Wind Rider, and the old fart, his name is... What? Warren! It's Warren Moons, chat. That's a really dumb name, but I do recognize him from Ogre Battle. My name is Mildane Wallhorn, Zenobian Knight. My name is Gildus, also from Zenobia, so stop looking at us like that. Warren Moons from video games. Traditionally, pie crust was thick, tough, flavorless hunk of dough, and then the Pennsylvania Dutch fixed it. Well, God bless them. What a gift they gave unto this world. Pie. Don't read this one out loud. Oh my God. But I thought, I guess they're not the Dark Knights. Please forgive us, but I must ask for your help. We're new to this island. Tell us what's going on. My name is Vice. Damn it, we're wasting time. We must find the real Lands. I'm Kachua, a princess. This is my brother, Bubsy. Wait, if our sister is a princess, then by the transitive property, we must be a prince, right? Did I misread that? Is she a priestess? Then by the transitive property, are we a priest? Yes, that's how that works. Forgive us. I'm Bubsy, forgive us. Be sure we're surprised. But never mind that. It's very hot here. Why don't you take us somewhere cool and tell us your story? Let's go to our hideout. Can't offer you much, but at least it's cool. You know what? Sure. Sure. Why not? Whatever. a really crappy hideout, frankly. If you don't mind me saying. You just don't have the manpower to fight against your country of Gargison. No, my backward ask for support from the Kingdom of Lotus. I'm assuming that they're eating while having this discussion, chat. 4 people can fit around the table, 5 if you forget a wall. The art's amazing. Yeah, the flickering candlelight, really well done. The problem is similar to ours. I see, that's why the King of Lotus sent the Dark Knights to Backroom. The Roslolian Knights are the knights that work directly under King Saldian. King Saldian commands 16 divisions. Their duties consist mainly of espionage, collecting info from the other countries, carrying out conspiracies. Weird bit of localization there. That's why they're the Dark Knights. Why are the Ros something supporting Backroom? Boy, you can definitely tell the people that made this went on to do Final Fantasy Tactics. Why'd you come to our island? I bet you guys just came here to take over Valeria, starting with us. Isn't that right? King of Zenobia and Lotus are going to trigger the war from this island. Stop it, Vice. I've had enough of your conspiracy theories. Hi, really good. I understand the situation now, Vice. Let me answer your question. It's true that we're Zenobians, but we no longer work with the king. We're banished from the kingdom. I'll never ever feel guilty about eating on stream again. I'm freed from the chains of starvation. If people aren't gonna watch you at your worst, they don't deserve to see you at your best. In other words, we're fugitives. We're gonna never go back. Therefore, we're looking for employment. Decent pay, of course. When do we stop seeing your worst? Someday, chat. Maybe someday I'll pop out with my best. But I'm still in the confirmation phase with y'all. I'm not buying into this. This is our war. Oh, that's enough, Vice. You have to excuse him. He's a bit... Don't worry about it. There's no need to apologize. What are you planning to do now? Is Vice like this game's Delita? Do you consider cheesecake a pie? No. No, I don't. We have to rescue Duke Ronway. He's imprisoned in America Castle. Yes, but worse. Jesus Christ. Who's Duke Ronway? Is that your leader? Yeah, he's the leader of the Walstanian. He was caught by the Gargistans. We heard that he's going to be executed soon. We have to do something. There's a big story branch at the end of chapter 1. Ooh, okay. I hear the sound of money. Hey, Lance, why don't we help him out? I'm sorry that I doubted you guys. Kacho is right. We don't have the manpower. We need your help. If it's a deal, then let's not waste time. Off to America Castle. Wait a minute. There are a lot of soldiers at America Castle. We can't... I mean, even with knights, we can't win. We'll all die. I don't want to be a part of this. Bubsy, it's your call. Help us! We can't fight this alone. Please help us. You have yourself a deal. Let's get going. What's up, Shadows? Good to see you. You never listen to me, do you? Lady, I thought you were a princess until just a few minutes ago. I know what you're thinking, but I just don't want to lose you. You're the only family I have left. It's just that you're my only brother. I don't want you to die. I'm sorry. I know that I can't stop you. I promise you one thing. Don't leave me. Hey, like Tactics Ogre? I've almost started playing it. Maybe. What are you guys doing? Everybody's waiting for you. Server protective Kacho. He's a big boy now. He can take care of himself. Don't you ever shut up? My brother is not bloodthirsty like you. Look, I'm not fighting because I want to. I just don't want to go down without a fight. Don't talk like such a tough guy. You were counting on those nights. You were the one who invited them. Don't tell me. I'm being nice to them so we can take advantage of them. Maybe you had half a brain. You would have figured that out already. You should be thankful. Oh. Priest is taking advantage of people. What? Oh, oh, oh. Just don't want to lose anyone. Move from one place to another, move the cursor to the place when you go press the A button, then you can move to the place. Press the X button to save the game data or save out of units. I'll show you main commands. If you want to know the meaning of commands, put the cursor on the command icon. Okay. The Warren Report. Let's save here. I'm gonna do a battle. We are gonna do at least one battle. Gyrate City. It's the first of God. Good to know. Wow, I can almost read this map. How interesting. Alright, anyway.
Fight it out.
Fight it out! Even Switch remasters like that? Bapaloo. You're the gorillas from Griate. Are you trying to rescue Ronway? Okay, guys, these kids have a price on their heads. These guys are worth 2,000 goth. Fell into our trap. Kill them all. Yep, that's the leader, all right. Okay. Oh. If the river is 1 cube width, you can jump over it. Watch. Cool. Now's not the time, Chief. But the other side has to be the same height or lower. A winged creature can move anywhere. The type of terrain and height of the land does not hinder our movement. You cannot let me attack alone. It's critical to work it as a team. Be alert. Always check to see who will move next. If you want to move quickly, don't carry heavy weapons and unnecessary items. Check the guardian element of the enemy you're about to face. If you fight with an opposite element like wind versus earth or fire versus water, you may give them good damage. The possibility of the damage you get from them will be greater. In other words, you're taking a risk. To avoid the situation, you detect the type of terrain you're fighting on. That is a lot of interactions. So your MP will be 0 at the beginning of the stage, magic is unavailable. MP will accumulate as WT counts down. The more powerful the magic, the more MP will be consumed. Alright, anyway. Hidden treasure heal is discovered. It will be placed in inventory. Huh, okay. I found a magic spell on the ground. Uh-oh. Whoa! Dude blocked an arrow with his sword. We're in good hands here, chat. I see, you heard the rumor of the Duke's execution, stupid fools. Did you realize that it was bait to lure you here? Who are you calling a fool? Stupid. Yeah, that's it. Come to the front. Did you play the Banner Saga games? I did not, no. I played a game based on the Banner Saga system. That person turned into a card. Called Ash of Gods. That was pretty good. Had a real cool dark fantasy vibe to it. Back attack. Yorg. That guy got yorged. The I am behind you, no it is I who am behind you gameplay. Like the gold color for the movement tiles? If you die, return to the C3PO boner card. Incubus. Not what I think about when I think of incubi. I want the treasures. This other bag is the short. It will be placed in inventory. I like how this game's gorgeous. This game is really, really pretty. I'm gonna throw a rock at this guy. I got 14 experience for throwing a rock at that dude. Ow. Ooh, nice counter. Except now your back is turned to the other people. You guys are not from the island. Are you from Lotus? Well, is anybody gonna... Oh, God. Ow! Christ. I thought that was going to be the end of me right there. Wow, that's a crappy arrow. I do hardly nothing about it. Yorg. He's been yorged. You want to help me out here? Heal! Nice special effects, too. I like it. Uh-oh. Kapow. Wow, she survived with 1 hit point. Amazing. Blind guy killed the boss. Not what I asked for. Did you fight with nunchucks or something? There we go. Hey! I can't believe I lost. I didn't have to do hardly anything, chat. Congratulations, this map is completed. Bonus money. I got a lot of goths, chat. War trophies. Mini, short, gold, cure plus plus plus. Okay, we'll just go straight through. Be cautious. Bubsy, don't push yourself too hard. Just stay behind us. Yeah, you almost died that time, genius. They didn't have to open the gate for us, you know. Castles consist of several maps. There will be continuous battles. On these stages, you can edit your unit in between maps. You cannot save the game. When you get out of the edit screen and the battle will begin, double check so you're fully prepared. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like to edit most. This is gonna go straight. So I can't... Okay, I can't save here. All right, I'm gonna stop here, at least. Because that was plenty of tactics ogring for one night. Now I'm gonna be looking forward to in the upcoming Iblis Chronicles, the ability to look straight down and flatten the terrain. Finally, at long last. All right, let's see what's next on our little list for the night. Dark Half, as it turns out. I seem to be really excited for this one. I had never even heard of this game, chat. Want to continue? Probably be better off with one of the more recent versions anyway. Yeah, probably. All right. Whoa. Light becomes darkness, and darkness begets light. This is how the world began and how it shall one day end. Before heaven and earth were split, before life walked on this world, there was Rukyu. Rukyu controlled the great darkness and in time came to be known as the Fallen One. His power was absolute and feared by men who lay prostrate before his might. However, there emerged one who sought to change humanity's fate. This was the valiant Saint Rhoda. She and the 6 paladins fought a pitched battle against the Fallen One and managed to seal him. They never kill them. They just seal them. Gone were the days when humanity lived in fear, for this was the dawn of a new era. So begins the legend of the Fallen One. Kingdom Come Deliverance, you stay by sleeping and drinking a special potion. I think Asian cultures in general, there's a lot of sealing things away. It's a hell of a menu. Okay. Ooh. Devil's Peak. This is Jose. Big brother, wait. It's dark here, even at noon. You were right, Falco. Something is happening to the devil's eye that sits atop this mountain. Can you please go inside so I don't have to look at this flashing anymore? Then again, on any given day, the devil's eye could... I mean, if the legend is true... No, it can't be. Falco, why are you in such a hurry? Oh. Devil or no devil, I go where my brother goes. Okay, I'm playing... Oh, Lord. Oh, this is weird. It's one of those games that you gotta play with your controller tilted. Yikes! Whoa, is this another tactics kind of thing? Wata. That was one of the fanciest enemy death animations ever. This game has an amazing amount of flair. Who put all these stairs in this cave, man? You're still pressing onward, huh? Look out, something's coming toward us. Yeah, bad. Who gives a shit? So this bar at the top is counting down with every step. But then when we beat enemies in battle, it adds more to it. Hey, why don't we go home now? This is a bad idea. This is a really, really bad idea. Okay, I see you scowling at me. There's no use stopping you once you put your mind to something. I'll wait for you outside. Come back in one piece. Whoa, this is cool. Whoa, buddy. I have awoken. I have awoken. I have awoken from the depths of darkness. Hark, ye wretched humans. The time of judgment is close at hand. I remember the bouncer. That was one of the first games my friend who got a launch PS2 got. And boy, we played a lot of Bouncer. Clear ye from wrong my tarnished memory, and abandon all hope of freedom in this my domain. Prostrate thyselves before me and await my judgment. For I am Rukyu. I am the truth. I don't think this is gonna end real well for Falco, personally. Yeah, it's not looking too good. Oh, he just whooped out of existence. Day 1 of resurrection. My heart was deeply troubled. Wow, okay. I have awoken. I must now atone for the 1,000 years I have spent sealed in darkness. I am Divizu the Jinn. Virgil the Reaper at your service. I am called Ava, the Grim Fairy. This has kind of a berserk vibe to it. We have long awaited your rebirth, Lord Rukyu. What do you require of us, my lord? My lord. Seek out Rhoda and those who call themselves the Paladins. We must reclaim the armlet these mortals thieved from me 1,000 years ago. As you wish, my lord. We shall go at once. Nyum nyum. I shalt make thee pay for thine transgressions, Rhoda. Thou shalt confess to me all of thine sins. Oh, she's back in a hurry. Rhoda is nowhere to be found. Mayhap she is hiding underground, or... No, Rhoda lives. Of this I am certain. So, when she said hiding underground, Was that a poorly translated euphemism for dead? And then Rukyu is like, no. She must be alive because I want to kill her. Your rebirth has caused quite a stir among the humans, my lord. They cannot seem to tell if it is a dream or reality. Very soon they shall know. In death they shall face reality. Lord Rukyu, I have located a man who appears to be a paladin. Oh? This man, he seems to have the power to control monsters. Leave him to me, my lord. I will put a swift end to him. Such impertinence! If I stay behind, how am I to quell the rage which burns within me? Get the fuck out of my way. Lord Rikyu, you worry over nothing. You have only just been resurrected. Simply walking the earth will cause you to lose strength, and casting spells will drain even more. Do be mindful of your soul power, my lord. Oh, yeah. Perhaps it would be best to visit Human Nest first. May the darkness be with us. Neat. Cool flying castle, bro. Maybe visited by an angry spirit and blamed for something Columbus did. Ooh. Soul. Lightning blast his goblin. Or ice blast him, I guess. Never mind. I ice blasted him. Like I said. It's a very dark RPG. Not used to that on Super Nintendo. Might I explain the number? Yeah, I've been curious about that. Go ahead. Do not pull SMT on you. I have played the original Megami Tensei on here, and I was actually rather enjoying it. I actually thought it was pretty neat. Oh wow, those guys are lightning resistant. Let's not blow ourselves up with the fireballs. Also, this guy has the shoulder pads from hell. He has this little tiny bean head on top of this massive platter of shoulder pads. Orc. Soul power basically do story stuff. Y'all souls are messed up and you have to kill enemies or people to recover part of your soul or die. Since you get a decent amount back every random encounter, it's basically possibly actually die friendlessly, deliberately run away from a ton of fights. Okay. What happens if you lose a battle? Do you lose soul power then? Town of Mondeo. Lord Ryuku, you will need more soul power. You must take human souls in order to gain strength. It shall be done. Now leave me. Yes, my lord. His loyal monster is accompanying us here. Feel free to make use of him in battle. Do be careful, my lord. You can turn this creature into a loyal servant. Will you do so? Hell yeah! Creature is now your loyal servant. Cool. Knock, knock. Huh? This is my house, not an inn. Get the hell out of here. Come, let sleep overtake thee. It can't be. Are you the fallen one? Too many ellipses to be. Oh my god! Shh. Don't cry, we'll be found. But. Show thyself. I now thou art hiding there. Think you did just die, however, resting will recover some of your soul. Crap. You're the king of all monsters, aren't you? You killed our mother. Go on, say something. Do you enjoy tormenting the weak? Brother. What was that all about? I devour the children. Absorb my memories. Oh, this is how you save. Interesting. Get some soul power back too. So, you eat old women to save your game? Can't say I saw that one coming. What up, old man? Hey, Sonny, where are you from? I ain't seen you around before. I've awoken from the darkness. Come again? It's skeletonized. What you want, you big creep? Outsiders ain't allowed in here, so beat it. Be gone. Brarg. Why, oh why? I've never done a single foul deed in my life. Thou shalt become mine blood. Splorch. You're the fallen one, ain't you? To claim my soul? Just make it painless, will ya? Have no fear. Oh. Can I eat the bartender? Bartender, one soul, please. Hey there, what do you have? Your soul. Thy soul? Huh? Blarg. Those some fancy threads you got there. You some kind of magician? Hocus pocus, don't scare me. Bring it on. Very well. I'll give you all my money. Please spare my life. Imbecile. Get out of my face, pal. I'm busy right now. The darkness consume thee. Stop! Why me? Have mercy! Pray. So why didn't he eat the kids, though? I do find that very weird. Time to roll on. I think I'm replacing date everything with SMRPG tonight. So, you know, nice. I think you'll have a good time with that. He looks suspicious. You there, halt! A soldier. Halt, I said. No, wait. It can't be. Before the rest of the thank you, Brunhilde. Have a good evening. It's good to see you tonight. Are you the fallen one? Such is the name you humans hath given me. Where is the paladin? Answer me, soldier. Answer me. I don't know, I swear I don't. Help! Well, now everybody's gonna know we're back. Ariku, wait! Thou triest mine patience. Ava followed that cowardly soldier. She says he knows the whereabouts of the paladin. Paladin is indeed close by. Due east of here lies a place called Elan Cave. It seemed that he hides there. I see. However, something troubles me. Speak. Yes, my lord. It appears as though the paladin holds the power of the Dark Gate. The Dark Gate? Did C harvest this power from my armlet? How dare he? I shall wreak vengeance upon him. Awoo! Whoa, look at all these things. Can't think of many SNES JRPGs quite like Dark Half. I can't think of any personally. This is pretty unique. Appreciate the sprite growing in size upon exiting the town. Whoa. Oh, that was actual blood spurting out of that thing. Try lightning. Stabbo. Where's the cave of Elon? Finding me the Wii Stone went from cute whimsical Wonder Boy to Dark Half. Did that change anything? Narrowing the focus like that? Oh, huh. Okay. It really looks like it should be hitting everybody, but... It's quite a hike. How's it like playing the evilest person to exist? I never expected to play something like this on the Super Nintendo. Like, straight up unapologetic evil dude. Very surprised. Hang on, chat. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I know that was quite a while to be gone, but like I said, the party turned from a party into a sleepover, so I had to help with some of the setup there. Let's see. I wonder if I'm actually near the cave I'm trying to get to. Oh, that looks like a hole in the wall. By wall, I mean mountains. Let's take a peek, see at the cave, and then we'll move on. It is neat playing as a character that just slings magic everywhere. You don't always get to do that in games like this. Caves are holes in the mountains, true. Look, man, I calls them like I sees them. Mentioned something really cool, the candle menu, they won't really say. Yeah, sure. Whoa! Doggo. Lord Ryukyu. As I'm sure you've noticed, there are many seals inside this cave. You must use your magic to dispel them. That wasn't very helpful. Friends, creature, and a loyal servant. Hell yeah. Also, progress indicator, the further in you are, the more the candle burns on. That's really cool. So what, Oh, interesting. You can use your magic... You can use your magic out here, too. That's cool. Whoa, that's a much bigger group of enemies. Nice. Eat him, stab him, mess him up. Kobold King not looking too hot there. I like that ice effect. I think that's pretty cool. Despite the SRPG combat is an impressively quick-paced combat system. Yeah, strategic RPG doesn't necessarily mean it has to be so slow-paced. This game seems to do it well enough. Helps your guy. Yeah, it helps that we don't actually have to order our guys around. Okay, I'm gonna end here. Oh yeah. Until next time. That's cool. That game has a really, really, really neat, neat style to it. I like that. All right, chat. Let's see here. Looks like there was some Dragon Quest requested. Maybe we can pick up where we left off last time. If if I can find the wrinkle in my brain that preserves what we're actually doing. Phoenix presents. Yep. New quest. Butsy. Level 3. Shiena. I'm back, Butsy, be careful. Do I remember anything about this? I'm sure I can just talk to these people and they'll tell me why I'm here. Ah, there's the menu. Not bad. Well, in time, Shiana, we're currently holding a bazaar. I hope you'll find something nice to buy. Nothing was found. How's this guy? There's a rumor I heard that Mudo is becoming more powerful. Maybe that's why the king of Raydok did not come. The world is a dangerous place. Wasn't Mudo like the big bad guy or something? Maybe for a dude who went missing outside the town and trying to get stuff from our village's festival. Okay. I never read too late for the good spot. Oh well. Oh, I remember this. I remember this. All the people wanting to sell us stuff. Big muscly guys and everything. Okay. Be careful of playing across the western bridge. The monsters are more dangerous there. Excuse me while I rifle through all your stuff. Let's go have a look at the world map. Okay, so that's the western bridge. Do I need to do something in town, or do I just need to keep forging ahead? Forge ahead, okay. I'm very stingy for a lad my age. I know! Dude. So I guess we probably need to cross that bridge to the west, but I'm gonna have a little look around. Hey, a castle! This is the castle town of Raydok. Can I see your pass? Sure. That's not a pass. I can't let you in with that pass. Come back when you have one. Well, hell with that guy. Okay, that's another bridge. Have bridges in Dragon Quest always operated the same way? Those are some fucked up onions. Yeah, I don't know any spells yet. Maybe I will not. Oh! Oh, it looks like I'm gonna die, actually. Oh yeah, I'm screwed. Cool. Butsy is killed! Butsy is no more. You know what? I can just do that. Were they specifically mentioned here, considering bridges aren't the only progress gate? So let's see what's just like around here, I guess. Who's in the vicinity? Lips. It's pretty hot. Oh, but that doesn't... Bubsy getting licked. I only do 1 damage, though. Bubsy got goosebumps. Oh, I think I might be paralyzed right now. Seems like I'm so busy shuddering, I can't actually do anything. Oh, nice. You get grossed out by the monsters. That sounds like something that would happen like in Earthbound. Was there any... So obviously, Dragon Quest was a huge influence on Earthbound, right? Was there any influence the opposite way? Like, were there any noticeable changes or things that were different about Dragon Quest in the wake of Earthbound? Not sure. Itoya's huge enough name, they probably took some influence. Dragon Quest did start embracing goofier enemies around here. Yeah. Yeah, that's what was really noticeable to me there. Something the 3D games took better advantage of. Wasn't there a guy, now I'm thinking about it. Map of the world. No. Okay, so 200 for a world map. That's pretty funny. Whoa, Jesus, that's a big ass world. Very round. Much rounder than most world maps in these things. I guess maybe they wanted it to feel more like a planet. Dragon Quest tends to love its round maps. Dragon Quest 1 even is basically a big elaborate ring around the final dungeon. Well, I mean, Dragon Quest 1 is very notably square. And then 2 doesn't have like a real distinctive shape to it. And then isn't 3's kind of like Earth's map, sort of? Oh god, I thought the shield was its actual face at first. That's really cute. I like that enemy. Any skills? Nope. I don't know anything. Oh, that's bad. Smack, smack. Seems more like an archipelago because the first game had those. Yeah, I seem to remember 3 was roughly like Earth. Four, 5, 6 are roughly similar because they're technically the same setting. I think maybe I was supposed to get a weapon upgrade or something in that last town. 7's odd, kind of hard to describe how it works without spoiling. That was quite a struggle. Oh, I didn't get any style. But I did learn how to heal. That's cool. I wonder if I can get back without dying. I can, look at that. How about that? Okay, so gotta be honest with you, not really feeling like jumping right back into the middle of a Dragon Quest right now, so I think I'm gonna stop here. And I think I'm also gonna call it early tonight, because I'm honestly really tired after all the partying that we did today. And also there's a sleepover going on out there that might need my help. So yeah. Let's do that. There's one more request in the queue, but the person who requested it is gone. And it's Brain Lord, so, you know, whatever. I can do Brain Lord another time. So, but yeah, well, I made good on my promise, chat. We didn't turn the page. Very proud of myself. Very, very happy with what we've accomplished here tonight. But yeah, let me close out requests, and then next time, when we come back to the Power Hours next week, and we go back to 2-page view, we're gonna be talking about Chrono Trigger. We will talk about what is revealed in their preview of Chrono Trigger. I don't think we'll be playing any actual Chrono Trigger next time, unless they all really, really, really want to. But I think most people around here are familiar with it, and we're gonna do a full playthrough of it in the near-ish future, so you ain't gotta worry about that. And then just right on the other side of this, just on the other side of this preview, is the grand landscape of Japan-only games that we can check out. So that will be for next time. So, to remind you of the schedule, tomorrow night is no stream, because I never stream on Sundays. Monday, we begin Timberborn. I have reaffirmed my commitment to Beaver Society. We'll be playing Timberborn. Well, we'll be playing Timberborn as long as y'all want. It will be a democratic playthrough. We'll start on Monday. If all you want's one night, we can do that, but I expect it to probably roll into Tuesday and Wednesday as well. We'll be right back here on Thursday, continue the Power Hours Thursday and Saturday, and I've already made up my mind. We've already decided next Friday is a Grim Dawn multiplayer night. Community night doesn't really do it justice, because community night is like, y'all pick games and I play them. But this, we're all gonna play together. All y'all that want to play Grim Dawn together, so shall we do. So yeah, that's the plan, chat. That's what's gonna be. Would Friday after that work for community night? Yeah, if you want to go ahead and get it done, sure. If you want to pop it in the middle of the month instead of the end, I got no problem with that. Sounds good to me. Yeah, it seems like people are already really jazzed about it, so I guess strike while the iron's hot, right? But yeah, cool. All right, I am gonna find y'all somebody to raid, and I am gonna go crash out. It has been, like I keep saying, chat, it's been a hell of a week. Let's throw you over. Well. Our dear friend Brunhilde is playing Sailor Moon RPG, which y'all told her was really popular around here, so let's go hang out with her. Let's do that. Alright, anyway, chat, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Apologies for ending a little bit early, but it seemed appropriate, and yeah, I am fading fast, so yeah. But yeah, thanks again for coming out. Thanks for joining me for the Power Hours and one full page of Enix delights. Dark Half was really cool. Dark Half was really, really cool, in fact. I feel like that one might deserve some more time sometime. But anyway, thanks again for coming out. Hopefully I will see you all on Monday for the epic start of Timberborn. Until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.